Right. Well, hello everyone. I am glad that you have tuned in for another episode of the Style Queen podcast. And today we have an awesome guest. You know that we're all about empowering women and bringing you products and services that are amazing. They're going to make your life totally easier. And this is my friend Tori. Hi Tori, how are you?
Hi, good, how are you?
Awesome, I'm doing great. I'm so excited because I know you have something amazing for us.
Yeah.
You have an amazing story. So you're a businesswoman.
Yes, I am.
So what happened? What was the moment that you decided I need to do something?
I think I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. I've always wanted to do something on my own and create something on my own. I just didn't know what. It took me a while. And I also knew that I wanted to be solving a problem in whatever business venture I entered into. So it took me a while, you know, I did the regular things, went to school, got a regular job, and kind of traveled a little bit. And then I moved back to Massachusetts. I'm from Massachusetts. I moved away, came back, and started working, and I live outside of the city because Boston is very expensive. So then I started commuting into work, and just through that crazy commute and having to deal with everything that a woman has to deal with when she's leaving her home for the whole day, that's kind of what inspired me to create my brand of handbags and start this handbag line.
That is awesome. I love that. And I love how most people that I talk to, and even me included, we start with the desire is there, but how do I do this?
Yeah.
Right? It's so scary because when you go to school, and I'm sure you went to school too, right? They don't teach you how to be a business person. They just teach you how to have a job.
Yeah.
And that's not for everyone.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not a 9-to-5 person. I've tried it, and I've worked pretty much my whole life. I worked for nonprofits, so I was always trying to do something and give back because it's very much part of who I am. And you know, I went to school, undergrad, and then I went to BU for my master's degree, and got the 9-to-5 jobs that everybody really wants. And I moved to California. I was in San Francisco for a while working in development, and then I came back and actually worked for city government for a little while, and I just couldn't do it. Like, I couldn't sit in a cubicle all day and like not be creative. And for me it was kind of like, oh my god, I need to do something else. And you know, the great thing about starting a business is you learn so much. You really do. And it's really just learn by doing. Whereas in school, you know, you're reading about everything, you're researching. But when you start a business, it's really like hands-on. Like, you just gotta do it.
That is awesome. Yeah, and then you don't know how, right? But you have that feeling in your, I call it that fire in your tummy. You're like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I don't know why I want to do this, but I know this 9-to-5 thing is not for me.
Yeah, exactly. And when I decided to, one thing that was great, obviously, about being in school is that you have teachers, and you have, some of them, if you have a connection with them, they become mentors. So in addition to my family, I've always had people that I look up to, and I know that it's a really great resource to ask questions and to have guidance from people who have been there. So I was able to take that kind of knowledge and, you know, I hate networking. I'm not like a big networking person. Like you have to do it for business,
right.
But it's not like a natural thing for me. But then after, you know, I decided that I wanted to start a business, I started talking to people and going to certain events. I actually did a very small, like, pitch contest when this was just like a baby idea. Drove all the way to Lowell to do it, and met people there, and, you know, did a pitch for 2 minutes. But the great thing was that I was able to talk to people about, you know, what's going on in Massachusetts in terms of helping entrepreneurs. And it turns out that they were opening that particular nonprofit. It's called E4All, Entrepreneurship for All. They're opening an accelerator program for entrepreneurs in the South Coast, which is where I lived.
Awesome.
And I applied. I stayed in contact with the executive director. She told me when they were launching. And I applied, and then I was accepted as one of the 12 finalists. And it was a 12-week intensive accelerator program, but you learn so much, And when you're finished, you're really ready for at least the next year to like move forward. You have a plan in place, and everything from soup to nuts. So you really learn about marketing and customers and pricing and all the legal stuff. I mean, it's a really great opportunity.
I love that. And I love how you learn all that in 12 weeks. However, we spend so much time in school, then we go to undergraduate, and some people go to graduate like you did.
Yeah.
But what are you gonna? I mean, it's great. I'm not knocking it. I did it.
Yeah.
But I just wish that, like, what I tell my daughter, like, I want her to go to like a business program, like Tony Robbins or somebody else's program where it's hands-on business. Because even if you have a job, it's so funny because you end up having a job and it's like having a business because you are your brand and you have to get you promoted, you have to get you to the next level. So I just feel like I wish that the system was different where we could actually get the training that we need, because the more I'm seeing people, they're not all about the 9 to 5. And some people, that's great, it works for them, but I'm just seeing how kids are so entrepreneurial these days.
Mm-hmm. And you can also take, like you were saying, you can take those skills that you learn if you are younger and you are interested in being an entrepreneur. I mean, definitely go to school. And you're seeing more and more programs that are geared in school toward entrepreneurship and starting a business, and actually starting kids out really early and thinking about owning their own business. But, if you're afraid to do that right off, you can take those skills and utilize them in a regular 9 to 5 job, because it does help you with negotiating and, especially for women, it's important for us to be able to negotiate wage because we get paid less.
Right.
So taking those skills and translating them into anything that you're doing, personal or business goals, I think is amazing. And
it's amazing.
Important.
Yeah. And I hope hopefully one of the women or people watching right now will say, hey, if they have that idea, they want to have a program. Like, if I don't do homeschooling, my daughter's about to enter the 7th grade, but if there was a program, like there's now this huge thing in Massachusetts where parents are homeschooling as a community. So they have one dad do math, they have another dad do cooking, and then the parents can do all the things, and the kids get to meet with other people. But if they have a program where somebody was an entrepreneur like us and decided to open that up and teach other kids, that would be awesome.
It would be.
Hint. Hint, if you're thinking about doing that, please go ahead, because our kids need you, and I know that, again, those skills transfer to so many different areas.
They do. And I remember when, not only me, like my sister, she's going into nursing, she's going to be a nurse, which is great, but when she was little, she had that fire, even before I kind of did. She was probably 7 or 8, and she wanted to do a lemonade stand outside of the house, and I was like, okay, fine, whatever. And then when it was in the winter, she wanted to do hot chocolate. She was always trying to think of ways to make money because she couldn't have a job. So I think more and more kids as we're moving on and moving forward, especially with, technology pushing us faster and faster, kids are really latching on to that. I want to start my own thing and create my own thing, which is
absolutely awesome. And even though she's going into nursing, I know a nurse that is a business owner.
Oh yeah.
And she uses her nursing background, so you never know.
You can use it, yeah.
You can use it in so many different ways, which is so exciting. So you solved the problem for yourself. You were leaving, like you said, which is awesome, that you were leaving the house for the whole day. So, I don't know, it sounds like we're very similar. I'm going to be gone. I want to have all my things with me. I am all about a creature of habit. Yes. I want to have everything. I have a big tote. Just in case, even though I drive, I don't want to leave the house with all my essentials. So you were leaving home to commute for the whole day. And how were you taking care of your needs? Were you bringing a big tote? What did that look like?
I actually carried 2 to 3 bags with me.
You were the bag lady?
I was the bag lady. The Erykah Badu song, I was her, literally. I commute, and, I'm always interested in, other ventures. So before I started on my handbag line, I was freelancing as well as working a regular job. So I had a lot of stuff just to take care of those 2 things. And then I also, work out during the week. I try to stay healthy. I have a lot of, in my family there's a lot of health problems. So I want to stay healthy and I want to do well for my body. So I found myself carrying 3 bags just to
my
carry
gosh.
everything. My lunch, my laptop, my cell phone, all my makeup stuff, my stuff for the gym to get from my work to the gym. And it was just crazy. And things were spilling, my lunch would spill. Yeah, and I've had several times, because I will always carry water with me, but I also have a travel mug because I need caffeine to make it throughout the day. I don't know how many times both of them spilled in my bag and leaked out, and I had to, I was on the red line and things were leaking, and I had to wait to get to work to clean everything out.
My gosh.
Yeah, and then by the time you get home, you have to deal with all of that. Just you're dealing with work, and then you have to deal with commuting, and then on top of that, dealing with carrying all those bags. You're just annoyed and grumpy, and you don't want to do anything. Yeah. And I saw other women who, I saw them on the train, and they were carrying 3 bags. They have the cute bag, the purse, and then they have the reusable bag they just throw stuff in, and then another bag, the lunch bag. And I was like, this is not right. Women, because we do so much, and because we try to accomplish so much, and I think particularly for women, because we carry a lot of items naturally, way more than men. And I think we also feel the pressure to be super women and accomplish so much, because we play so many roles in our lives, that I was just we just deserve something better. We need something better.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I love how you said we need something better, and you did not just complain. You could have said complaining, or you could just say somebody else will do it.
Yeah.
But you decided, I'm somebody, right? I love that. So how did Workin Gurl, which by the way, I so love the name. I love how you spell it. It's with a girl with a U.
Yes.
So awesome.
Yes.
How do you come up with that name? It's so awesome.
I played around with different ideas. At first I was it should be boss lady. I didn't want it to be too trendy. And I also thought, what is the one thing that we all, as women, have in common? And I feel even if you're a stay-at-home mom, if you're a blogger, if you are a runner, if you travel, I feel in almost every aspect of your life, you're doing some sort of work,
right,
to accomplish it. So, and we're girls. I always feel like that. I'm always a girl. I don't care how old I'm going to be.
Right.
So I was just you know what? I'm going to call it Workin Gurl. And I changed the spelling a little bit because I wanted to be a little cool.
Yeah.
Keep it a little sassy. So that's how I came up with Workin Gurl, because I feel in almost every aspect of our lives, we are working towards something, whatever it might be. And that's kind of how I came up with it.
And there she is. Isn't she oh my gosh.
This is
lovely. I love the gold and the black, classic.
Thank you.
I love the logo.
Thank you.
I love the logo because I'm not crazy about logos. Even though I love designers, I don't want to be promoting you, unless you're gonna pay me. So if Michael Kors, if you're watching, you want me to review your amazing totes, I'm available. Other than that, I'm not about promoting other people. That's just one of my things. So I love that it has a great label, but it goes with the bag. Yeah.
I really wanted to make it. Obviously, I want my brand to stand out. I want people to recognize the Workin Gurl brand and really relate to it. So I wanted to have something there, but I didn't want it to be too loud. I wanted to be sleek, and I wanted to keep that professional look, because I feel this is made to be an everyday bag. So you're taking it to work, and you can take it from work to the gym or wherever you work out. You can take it traveling. It can be a weekender bag. There's so much versatility with the bags. So I didn't want it to be overpowering.
No, you did great. That was one of the first things that attracted me to it. Was it's so classic, and of course, with me, I wear so much color. My hair's so bright. I feel I'm good. The bag can be a little understated because I'm bringing all the loudness.
Yeah, and also you do so many things that you don't. If you want to take this to a meeting,
right?
You want to make sure you look professional. So I stayed. The initial collection, this first collection, is black with gold hardware, and then there's a surprise inside, so it's blue on the inside.
Let's take a look. So you're carrying so you use it. I love this. You created it, and this is your bag that you use every day. I love it. So show it to us. I'm so excited.
Yeah, so this is the crossbody. So this has like this longer strap, and all of the clips for the handles are detachable, which
so if
is
you want
great.
to just use,
so you can take them off or whatever you want to do with them. And then they're all also made of a waterproof nylon. So this is nylon with like a leather trim, and the waterproof nylon continues on the inside. So
because we had all those spills.
Exactly. So there's like this blue color on the inside.
And you can never have too many pockets. I love
So there are 2 pockets like on the inside here, and you can use that for whatever you want. And then there's actually a pocket on the inside for an iPad or tablet, and then there's a small pocket as well for like makeup, because that's important. But yeah, it's like this very nice blue, kind of like pop-up color, so you can see it. And it also helps because if you're trying to find stuff in here, like I always am, it's nice to have color so you can see where everything is.
I love it.
There's also like where you can put your pens here so they don't fall to the bottom of the bag, because I've had it where it marks up
you can even find them. When you need it, it's like all everywhere.
Accessible and really quick. And like there's also, this is for a cell phone, but you can put whatever you want in there. So you just grab your cell phone.
For your key entry, anything, right?
And this is for your keys.
That's
like you clip your keys onto here.
You thought of everything.
I tried to.
I tried to. Good. And then what's in the bag?
In the bag?
No, in the back.
In the back.
And now they're, oh my god.
So this is and I wanted to keep this, just like the front, I wanted to keep the back here very sleek. So it's a nice like external pocket. Sometimes I just, when I'm on the train, if I'm like on my phone, I just slip it in here.
And it's wide enough so people like us that have the big cell phones.
you can drop it in there.
That's awesome. And this is most probably one, I think I love all the features, but this feature that you're gonna show right now is probably one of my favorites. Oh my gosh, it's so genius.
So this is, all of my bags have a drop bottom.
Oh my god.
So you can literally put, open it up. And of course it's nice and blue in there.
And it has a breathing thing too. Oh
yeah.
The vents.
So there's mesh air pockets, because this is made so you can put shoes or a change of clothes. I've used it for my lunch.
Yeah, I was thinking that,
before, like yesterday I just threw my lunch in there and left, and then I went on vacation recently, so this was my carry-on bag. And I just threw
you can have a sweater there.
It's and all of my bags have all the same features. They have different silhouettes, but they all have the same compartments and pockets and all of that.
I love that. And it's not too big. Like I have a tote, it's pretty much about the same size, but everything falls out of place. I love how you have compartments on the inside, and you can even make it a little slimmer too.
Yep. At the top there are snaps on the tote that you can, like, if you want to
make it a little slimmer.
Yeah, make it a little slimmer. You can do that. But yeah, it's not too big, but it's big enough. I wanted to make sure, because also just thinking when you're commuting, you have that bag and you don't want to be like hitting people, which has happened to me
every day.
I get knocked over all the time by these like big bulky like backpacks.
All the big ladies.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure I hit some people before when I was carrying 2 or 3 bags with me. So I wanted to make sure it was a good size. Plus you're carrying it with you all day, so you don't want it to be too big.
No, it's awesome. You should have like carry with like your own like business card. So it's like see a lady, like a bag lady, like, hey, I can help you here.
I've been like when I see somebody who needs a better option, I have been like handing out cards.
Oh my gosh. So what is the state of your business right now? So what's happening in, I hear there's a big date coming up, like what's happening with that?
So I am launching on Kickstarter.
So exciting.
So my journey has been, last year, I want to say in May is when I was really like, I'm going to do this. And then I started designing and conceptualizing the line, and I hired a design consultant to help me with sourcing the fabrics, because that was something that I wasn't quite sure of, and I wanted some help, and I wanted to make sure that I have the best fabrics possible. So she really helped me like decide, okay, you're gonna need this type of nylon and this type of trim and this type of hardware, and we worked together and got all of the technical specs out of the way, and then I found a manufacturer who created my samples for me, which is what you're seeing now. And I got these in December, and then I started carrying them around.
So you've been using it since December, and I thought it was new. So it has no scratches, and I love how you can wipe it. It's one of my favorite features.
You can clean. I mean, I clean it off regularly.
You know what this will make a great diaper bag.
Yeah. So that's the other thing is that I didn't mention. That moms can use this.
Oh my gosh. When my daughter was little, 12 years ago, I decided I don't want to look like one of those moms that gave up. Like, I just decided, like, I'm going to be a mom, right? So I got myself a beautiful designer big bag because I'm like, the traditional diaper bags are like for people that, I don't know, like you don't care, you had a mom. So I want to look trendy, even though I'm carrying I'm carrying a baby. So I'd love, that would be a great, you can have diapers. I mean,
yeah, and that's one of my key points, which you'll see when my Kickstarter launches. In my video, I talk about how we shouldn't have to sacrifice fashion for function.
Yeah.
I feel like we live in 2016. We shouldn't have to make that choice. And I agree with you. Yeah, there are a lot of bags out there. Not only like the diaper bags and bags to help mothers, but just I feel like in general, if you want something that's functional, you have to sacrifice style, and I don't think that is something that we should have to do.
No, I don't think so. So the campaign is launching in a couple days?
Yes, so it's launching on Memorial Day, awesome. May 30th, and there will be some early bird offers if you back and support my Kickstarter campaign early on, and then there's some other great rewards moving forward, and it's gonna be up for 30 days. That's awesome. So you have a whole month to kind of go through and decide which rewards you want. Yeah. And there's different combos. I'm offering different combos. So I'm throwing in something special for people as well. There are a couple of special rewards as well that come with the bags.
That's awesome. And it's funny how you're doing it the same way that I style my clients, because every woman wants to be comfortable.
Yes.
But they want to look cute too. So many times you think you have some pretty shoes, but they're not comfortable. I can't, like I did that when I was way younger. I don't do that anymore because I want to be comfortable and cute. Like, why do I have to choose? And for the bags, I love how for any use, again, the title is just genius because it's for every woman.
Yes.
And we all work. Whether if you stay at home, you work more than the ones that leave their home. So we are all working. Yes. And you're a working mom, a working girl, and you can look good and have all your things.
Yeah.
Everything that you need for the day fits in the bag.
And they're accessible. They're organized, which is really important.
I love all the compartments. I love how you can have. Nothing is gonna be, because my tote right now, I put things in there. It just goes everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah, and the other thing that I didn't mention is that they all have bottle holders on the inside, so one on each side. Like I said, I carry a travel mug and a water bottle. That's why I wanted two, so that they don't fall and spill. And the key fob is really important as well, where you can attach your keys, because I don't know how many times my boyfriend's like, "Can we go?" Because I'm sitting there like digging around looking for my keys for a half an hour.
That's every woman.
Like, let's just go. Can we go? So that was really important. Yeah, I think organization and feeling prepared and like ready to do whatever you have to do in that day. Yeah. It just helps. It just helps set you, on your path for the day.
So what's happening once you get funded? And notice that I said when, not if. When you get funded after the 30 days, when do you anticipate that you will go into production?
So I will start going into production right away, and I anticipate being able to ship all of the bags by the end of the summer. So August, September is when everybody will get their bags. But yeah, right after I get funded and we get the money, we're going to start working and putting the bags together. And
oh my gosh. So what's the plan? Are you going to have it on your website? Are you looking to put it in different stores? Like, people that are watching this right now, I'm thinking, I need to support this local person that's making a solution for every woman. What's your strategy for getting the bags and the word out there?
So I will be selling online to start, and I'm going to probably stick with that for about a year, and then toward the end of the year I'm going to start testing out wholesaling and placing them in small boutiques around Massachusetts.
So awesome.
So you'll be able to find me here and there. probably in Boston and the South Coast, and maybe out toward Western Massachusetts, but just trying to test that a little bit.
That makes sense.
But you'll be able to find me online at workingirlco.com.
That's cool. So it's Workin Gurl Code?
workingirlco.com.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Like
Workin Gurl Company.
Love it. All right, we'll put the link right in here so people can watch it. I cannot wait. Because I'm so excited about your story, because you are a young woman. You can decide, I'm gonna coast, I went to school, got my grad degree, just gonna sit in a cubicle and punch some keys and go in and get out every day. But you decided to follow your dream, which is so awesome. Like, one thing that I always say is I don't want to have any regrets. I don't want to get to be 80 and say I wish I could have done that. I wish I could have done this. I'd rather have failures, and they're not even failures anyway, but I want to have experiences and say I did it, and you're doing it.
I'm the same way. I just couldn't. I'm glad that, my life put me on that path. Like, things happened to get me to the point where I was like, oh, light bulb went off. This is something I really want to do, and I love handbags. It's always been, I got my love for accessories from my mother. Fashion is great and clothes are wonderful, but you can always change an outfit with accessories, and handbags are part of that. And it's something that we literally take with us every day. Like, a woman always has a handbag. So I'm really, excited that I was set on the path, and I'm addressing a problem, and it's hard work. It's not easy. I'm not gonna lie, it's not easy. But I'm really excited about the challenges, and I've overcome so many, building this business on my own, really bootstrapping everything to get it to this point, because it does take a lot.
It does.
But as long as you're passionate about it, it's fun. Like, there are days where I'm like, oh my god, why did I do this? But then there are days where I'm like, oh, this is so wonderful.
It makes it so worth it.
Yeah, this is so awesome. Like, I'm so happy that I'm doing this.
Oh my gosh. I mean, anything worth having, anything worth doing, it's going to be difficult. But look how much you've grown so far. And you're just basically starting your life. Imagine what's going to happen down the line when we're talking and you are on QVC and Good Morning America and all those shows, right?
Coming soon.
I believe it. Oh my gosh. I knew this was special. I didn't know how special it was. I'm so proud of you for doing this amazing thing. Because you could have just made it back for yourself.
Yeah,
you could just make one back for yourself and say, I solved my problem.
That's true.
And you didn't do that. You said, I'm going to solve my own problem, but I want to share there's other women like me out there that need this solution. And it has to be pretty. Like, you decided to put something together that you can be proud to have your name on it.
Yeah.
I'm sure your mom is so proud of you too.
She's proud. I mean, she's been my inspiration. My mom is my best friend. I love her. But, and it's actually really funny, and something that I was thinking about when I was launching my Kickstarter campaign and trying to think about how I'm going to tell my story and why I came up with this idea and why I'm working so hard to make, my dream a reality. And I started thinking back to when my mom was a single mother. She had me and my sister, and she was going to school, and she was like working out, and she was by herself, and she had a full-time job, and she had all this pressure. And as a kid, you know what's going on, but you don't have a real appreciation for it. And then as I became an adult, I don't have kids yet, but just living an adult life and trying to do everything that you need to do as an adult, I was like, oh my god, I could only imagine what my mom had to go through.
It's hard.
Like, I just had a little glimpse of what she had to deal with. And that's also really driven me and inspired me in creating a product specifically designed for women, and to help women and to make their lives a little bit easier.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. I'm like a big mama proud of you, because it's good when you see your kids doing something that is bigger than themselves, that it's going to be, you're going to remember this moment forever when you decided, I'm going to do this, and you went through all the headaches and the issues and sometimes crying at night, pulling your hair out, what am I doing?
I've done that.
Right, I'm sure. And then here's the bag. It's coming out very soon, and women are going to be going nuts when they see this, because just to see it, just to touch it, just to see how it works, and it solves the problem, which I love. It solves the problem. So you are being so awesome, and you decided that you're going to give one of these amazing bags as a giveaway to the people watching the podcast.
Yes. So after, I am funded and these are made, I will be giving the tote bag. as a giveaway.
That's awesome.
And as long as people, share my Kickstarter, and the more they share, the more entries they get for the giveaway, and then they'll get this beautiful gift.
That is awesome. So guys, you're gonna have the link right below where you can support Tori and this amazing work that she's doing. And one person, only one person from the podcast will be able to get one of these amazing totes and says, hey, I'm a working girl, I'm looking all kinds of fine, and you'll be able to help her, which is so awesome.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
And I appreciate all the support so far.